Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tier 1 Perceptions. I'm glad that you have found your way back to my channel. I'm exhausted, if you can't tell. I know I look really tired. It's been a very long week for me, and especially a long day. Um, I may do a reading tonight, I'm not sure, but I just wanted to talk about something. Um, that I've noticed. Okay? Now, what I'm about to say, everybody's welcome to my channel. Okay? And if you found your way to my channel and you watch my videos, it's because it was meant for you to be here, right? There's a message in it for you in some way, shape, or form. So, but here's the thing, this is for chosen. This is for the chosen only. Okay? I'm not discriminating, but if you're chosen, you know exactly who you are. If you're chosen, you know that you're chosen, okay? And if you're not chosen, that is okay. You may still get something from the message, right? So, I want to just say this. We are in a space where consciousness is shifting. Okay, the vibrations and the frequency of the universe is shifting. Okay, that's why you're starting to see a lot more people come online and are starting to awaken, right, when it comes to spirituality. All right, not necessarily religion. I'm not knocking religion. If you're into that, that is okay, right? But I'm speaking from a spiritual aspect. Okay, everything is transitioning. We are in the age of Aquarius right now. Okay, before it was Pisces. We are in the age of Aquarius, okay, which is the age of information. Okay, the age of information and the age of change. I myself, my sign, I'm an Aquarius. Okay, and so just to add this in there, anybody who's watching who may be an Aquarius or right on the cusp, being that we are Aquarius or Aquarian, whatever you want to say, there are certain codes in our DNA, okay, and there are certain spiritual files, for lack of better words, that are being unlocked, okay, in all Aquarian people, okay, who are chosen at this moment. Other people too, right? Not just us, but the majority of us that are coming online stronger are developing our abilities more, whether it be intuition, reading energy, being able to heal using herbs, being able to heal people's energy, right? Being able to balance people's chakras. Those type of abilities are starting to get stronger. Okay, we are starting to get more downloads and know things that we have absolutely no clue how we found out, right? We didn't read it in a book. Nobody walked up to us and told us, hey, this is this and this is that. None of that. So we're getting a lot of automatic downloads from spirit, our ancestors, the universe, the cosmos. Okay, so here's the thing. You must realize, okay, all my chosen people, you must realize this. You are going to encounter people more and more and more who oppose you, okay? When you walk in a room, your very presence, the aura you give off, the air that you give off, is going to irritate some people who are on lower vibrations and lower frequencies. It's just going to be something about you that they can almost smell it on you, and it irritates them. You know how onions, if you peel an onion, it makes you cry? It's almost like that. Okay, your spiritual aroma, it shakes them up. people who are on lower vibrations, they can't stand it. And I'm telling you this because I'm going through it right now. Okay? My job, my mission, my goal, my purpose is to help awaken people and help enlighten people, okay? And help heal people, all from a spiritual aspect. That is my job, okay? And so I'm finally, for lack of better words, broadcasting that, okay? I've always had these abilities. I've always been able to heal people's energy by just being around them, just being able to read their energy. They don't have to say much, all of those different things. The only thing that may be a little newer is the cards, okay? Because you can read energy in many different ways. Some people use runes. Some people use bone casting. Some people use cards. What else can people use? Some people use coffee grounds. What's another one? Some people do mirror scribing. It's so many different things you can do when it comes to reading and healing energy and tapping into one's energy. Okay, so boom, that is my purpose, right? And I finally answered my calling. It's been eating at me for the longest time. And I'm like, you know what? I can't take it no more, because what's happening is all of the, even if you're vibrating high or you're on a higher frequency, it's still energy, okay? It's still energy. It is still a tangible thing, but you cannot see it, but you can feel it, and you know that is there. Okay, you could cut it with a knife. Okay, and of course, if you have certain abilities or gifts or talents or whatever, you know that. Okay, and so with that being said, you are going to have so many people, whether this is at your workplace, in your home, okay, and that can be mother, father, uncle, brother, cousin, children, sister, neighbor, hell, the dog, okay? It doesn't matter. If they are not on a higher frequency, okay, or a higher vibration, okay, or if they are not awakening, you're going to receive a lot of pushback, okay? And you're going to receive a lot of opposition. And there's no telling what those individuals are willing to do, okay? To ruin you, to destroy you, okay? To embarrass you, humiliate you. I mean, all different types of dirty little tricks, okay? Tricks, not treats. Trust me. And it was so important for me to get on here and share this message. It was just like something just kept telling me, you need to get on and talk about this. You need to talk about this. You need to talk about this, because I know it's going to help us as a collective. Okay? What you must do and what you must realize and what you must accept is this. There's nothing that you can do, okay, about you being chosen. You just are, okay, and you know who you are. There's nothing you can do about that. You can't change it. You can't erase it. You can't unknow it once you know it, all right? It doesn't go away, okay? It can only get stronger, or it can weaken depending on what you do with it. It's like exercise. If you don't exercise, you lose the muscle mass, right? And so your abilities and your gifts and things like that, it starts to lose its mass, its muscle mass. It gets weak, floppy, flimsy, okay? And so you cannot change who you are. You cannot change the purpose that you are here to spread, okay, on the earth or in the universe. You cannot change the messages that you are here to bring. You cannot change the different energies that you are here to heal. There's nothing you can do about that, okay? So you're going to have to accept that. And what you also going to have to accept is the people who are in opposition of you, okay? Which is the opposite of everything you are, okay? If you chosen, they're unchosen. If you're vibrating high, they're vibrating low. If you're on the high frequency, they're on a low frequency, okay? If you're radiating love and light, they're radiating hate and darkness, okay? Maybe not to that degree, give or take, more or less, whatever. And so I do not, whatever you do not bend, do not fold, okay? Do not cower down. Do not try to fit in, okay? Because what's going to end up happening is you may end up having so many different people in opposition to you till you feel like you have to dampen yourself to blend in with the crowd, okay? That is a no-no. That is a definite no-no. Do not lessen yourself or dampen who you are just to fit in with people who are not vibrating with you, okay? And they will purposely make you feel this way, make you feel like you're doing the wrong thing, make you feel like you're saying the wrong thing, make you feel like you don't know anything, have some type of rebuttal for everything you say or do, and most of the time giving you straight up attitude, just straight up nasty from the get-go. And I do not want you to fine-tune yourself, because then you're lowering your frequency just to make other people feel comfortable around you. Do not do that, okay? Do not do that. Do not allow people to take you out of your purpose. Do not allow people to trick you out of your divinity, okay? This is very important. And I'm telling you this because I'm literally fighting that battle. Okay? I'm literally fighting that battle right now. Ouch, that hurt. My lips are dry. I'm looking for something to put on them. And my allergies too. So, all right. I don't know. Oh, is this something? Yep. And so I've been going the extra mile, okay, on a daily basis to make sure that no matter what, I don't budge. Frequency-wise, okay, energy-wise, vibration-wise, I don't budge, okay? If you have to, if it gets too hot and heavy, remove yourself, okay? Remove yourself from the room. Remove yourself from that atmosphere. Remove yourself from those particular individuals if you can. Sometimes you cannot, okay? And I understand that. Excuse me. But whatever you do, okay, everybody's situation and circumstances are different, okay? Everybody is different. We all have something different going on in our lives, from work to our children, to our significant others, to our parents, whatever, okay? Whatever responsibilities you have, sometimes you can't remove yourself, and that is okay. So, but what I need you to do, I most certainly need you to come up with a method or methods, okay, that works for you. You need a recipe. You need a spiritual recipe that works for you to be able to operate, okay, in your high vibration around people who are in opposition to you. You must do that now, okay? Get a pen, get some paper, and just start jotting down some things that you can do. Affirmations, if you need to do more meditation, if you need to write it down, basically an affirmation, speaking it, or you can write it, either one. But if you're going to write it 7 times, Okay? Write it 7 times, whatever it is. For example, I am a high vibrational, high frequency being of light. I do not and will not allow low vibrational individuals to affect my energy. Okay? That is one example. Write that down 7 times. Okay? And I want you to do it until you feel stronger. If you have to do it every day, if you have to do it twice a day, okay? If you have to end up writing it 21 times, write it 21 times. But write it until you start to feel that. Write it until you start to actually embody that. Okay? Write that phrase, that affirmation, write it down until you actually become that. Because then you know, now it's a habit, right? And so you can further put somewhat of a barrier between you and them, okay? And so whatever darts or negativity or poison arrows that they're throwing your way, it's just going to hit that shield, bounce off. It's going to bounce off. It's going to bounce off. And you know where it's going to bounce back to? Back to them. It's going to bounce back into their aura, right? Because it's bouncing off of yours and bouncing into theirs. Okay, so they're receiving the energy that they're throwing out on you. Okay, yes, of course I've done that. I've done that, and it works. Okay, it works, and so much to the point where, oh my gosh, so much to the point where now I don't even have to really write it. Every once in a while, I may be going through something, something in particular that's really bothering me, and I have to do a specific affirmation, for that particular thing, whatever it is. Maybe I stubbed my pinky toe and it's killing me, and I'm just writing that. My pinky toe does not feel pain. My pinky toe is healthy, or whatever. I just, do that until my pinky toe is better. And so now I am vibrating in a state where I can just do it with my mind, right? I don't even really have to write it unless it gets really, really bad, And so, and that doesn't come overnight. Like I said, you have to keep doing it until you feel better. It's like antibiotics. What does the doctor always tell you? Keep taking them even though you feel better. Okay? Because just because you feel better doesn't mean that the infection is gone. And if you stop your medication, the infection could come back even more intense than it was prior to you taking the medication. And so I want you to look at it exactly like that, the way I put it. Okay? I want you to look at it exactly like that. All right? I want you to start working. You need to start working on this, because I'm getting all sorts of downloads. You must know, right, that the enemy, the powers that be, the devil, the shaitan, Lucifer, whatever you call it, okay? It does not matter. It's just a name. Whatever you call that opposing energy, you think that they don't know that you're becoming more fluent with your gifts. You don't think that they know that you're becoming more powerful with your manifestations. You don't think that they know that you've become so grounded and so stable and so firm-footed in who you are and what your purpose is, that you will stop at nothing to fulfill your purpose. You don't think that they know that? Of course they know that. And so just as much as you will stop at nothing to do what you're supposed to do, they're going to stop at nothing to do what they're supposed to do. And their job is to destroy anything good. Destroy the chosen. bring darkness to the light. I mean, just kill anything high vibrational. They feed off of all of the anxiety, the anger, the pain, the resentment, just the jealousy, the envy, that all of those different things, they feed off of that. And so if they can get you to lower your frequency and put out that type of energy, they just suck it right on up, and it makes them stronger and it makes you weaker. Okay, it is your kryptonite. And so I also realize this: if you know that you are in a place now where you can't really leave, or you can't really get out. For example, if it's a marriage, you're married to somebody, you're not happy. At this point, you know who you are, what your purpose is. You're following that, but you can't get out of this marriage or get away from this person because maybe you have children together, maybe you guys have a house together, and it's a more of a financial tie there. Whatever it is, if you can't get out, this is what I want you to do. Okay, this is what Spirit is telling me to tell you right now in this very moment. If you can't get out, that is okay. Just keep doing everything that I just explained to you a few minutes ago. Okay, keep doing what you need to do to remain in your chosen state. Being chosen is a state of mind. Okay, being chosen is a state of mind. It's a way of life. It's a ritual of some sort, but a positive one. And when I say ritual, I'm not talking sacrificing baby chickens in a backyard. No, okay? A ritual, just something that you do consistently, persistently, repeatedly, with certain actions and certain words to produce a certain effect or to produce a desired effect. That is all a ritual is. You can either make it positive or you can either make it negative. All right? That is solely subjective, okay? I'm not even going there with that. So, if you can't get out, that is okay. Keep doing what you're supposed to do to remain in your chosen state. But what you must do, start putting your ducks in a row, okay? So that you can, each stepping stone, right? Each stepping stone, you're getting further and further and further to the front door, and then you can walk out, okay? You don't want to half step it because you're going to fall short. Don't rush yourself out of a situation that when you walk out on that limb, you're going to fall flat on your face. Don't set yourself up for failure. And yes, we are supposed to trust spirit. We're supposed to trust the universe, and we're supposed to trust law of attraction and manifestation and all of those different things. Yes, of course. All right. But at the same time, we are human, okay? We are human, and we were created to be able to exercise free will, okay? All right, and so with that being said, if you know that you're in this marriage and you really can't leave because maybe financially you can't afford it, all right, that's okay. So here's what you do. If you got to get you another part-time job on the side, okay? Hopefully doing what it is that you love to do, right? If not, that's okay. Get you another little side job or find you another little way of making some money, all right? That extra money that you're getting from, your extra income or whatever, start throwing it aside. Don't even look at it, okay? Just get it straight deposit into your account and forget it's there. Start putting that money aside, building it until you can't build no more, until you get to a point where you can say, okay, I am now comfortable to leave this situation because I can financially support myself enough to be independent of this person. Okay? I no longer need this codependent relationship. Okay? Whatever the circumstances are. Okay? And so that is what you need to be doing. Okay? You shouldn't be staying in it. Okay? Just in it to win it. No. Okay? Your name ain't Bennett. Isn't that a saying? I'm not in it to win it because my name ain't Bennett, or my name ain't Bennett and I ain't in it. Something like that. Lord. So, but yes, so your job right now is to be working on getting out of these toxic situations, okay? And moving towards where the universe is pulling you, okay? You're going to feel a pull. And I do a lot of work with energy. I'm a beast when it comes to energy, right? I can feel it. I can feel it. I can taste it. I can smell energy. If you blink different than you did yesterday, I know what's going on with your energy. I know that, right? So, that pull. Okay, so the pull from source, or the pull from the divine, or God, or your ancestors, whatever, okay? That divine pull, that universal pull, you're going to feel it in here. The pull comes from here, okay? And it's literally a pull, okay? It's pulling you. You're going to feel it. It's like a magnet, all right? When you start feeling that pull and you know where it's pulling you to, start making your way. Start catching up with it, because it may be pulling you, but it may be pulling you faster than what you can, then faster than what you can walk, right? And so it's just going, but you behind, okay? Start putting your ducks in a row so that you're catching up with the pull, right? Until you reach your destination. And you're going to know when you reach your destination. The universe going to let you know. You won't be able to miss it. Trust me. Okay? If you are chosen. Okay? That's what this is pertaining to chosen people. All right? You know who you are. And nobody can tell you whether you're chosen or not. I can't tell somebody, oh, you're not chosen. I can't do that. But what I can say is, okay, guys, I'm delivering a message to chosen people. And those chosen people, please step forward. Okay? If you think you are, that's totally subjective. If you are, if you're not, whatever. I'm just saying these things what I'm saying will only apply to you, okay, and only fit and only work if you are truly chosen. How about that? The recipe will only work, all right, if you have the right ingredients. And in this case, the chosen themselves are the active ingredient, the main ingredient, okay? So, okay, so, all right, I think that kind of sums it up. I feel like that's basically the meat and potatoes of what I was supposed to, of the message that I was supposed to put out tonight, okay? And then also, here's another thing. Now, this is something that I want to kind of just add in there. It's gonna hurt, okay? Let's just say that if as a chosen, if you have not already experienced what I call the great cutoff, that's what I call it, the great cutoff. When the universe, okay, starts cutting people out of your life. I'm talking about just breaking those soul ties, breaking those codependent relationships. When the universe starts cutting people out of your life, left and right, without you having to lift a finger, that right there, that's the great cutting right there. That is going to, and you're going to know it. All right. If you have not already experienced that, okay, and been through the pain of that, because it hurts. Some of these people are our family members. Some of these people are our like best friends that we've been friends with for 10, 15 years. Some of these people are our children. Some of these people are our parents. Did I say parents? I might have said parents. Some of these people are our our children's mothers and fathers. Okay? Some of these people are our spouses. Some of these people, if not all of them, are people who we love or who we loved, right? Who we constantly poured into, but they never returned the favor. They just treated us like dirt, just kick rocks, just, you know what I'm saying? Just treated us so bad and just drug us through the mud. The universe he will cut them straight out, and it won't be anything you can do about it. Okay? Because what it's going to end up being, if universe is trying to cut them out and you keep hanging on, it's going to happen anyway. Only difference is you're going to be forced to do it, and it's going to be so much more painful and so much more difficult. The aftermath is going to hurt more, right? It's going to burn more. What's that Usher song? Let it burn. I don't know the words. But it's gonna hurt. All right, you're gonna go through a grieving process. Trust me. I've already been through it, and I'm literally going through it right now. Okay? I'm going through it right now. And this was a connection that I knew that it was being cut off, and I chose to still hang on, so I got forced out. But what the funny thing is, I was forced out, but I asked the universe to remove them, and I still kept hanging on. And so when it happened, I was like, wait a minute. I'm hurt and everything, like grieving through it and everything, but it's like, this is what I asked for, right? And it obviously was the best thing for me because it happened, and it needed to happen way sooner than this. And so long story short is this: if you haven't already experienced that part and have been able to experience the pain and the grieving that comes along with losing those people, so that you can raise in frequency and vibration, okay, and spiritually elevate to higher dimensions. This is the third dimension here. Everything you see me, you see the cabinets behind me, this is 3D. Okay, kitty stuff. When you start elevating, your spirit starts to elevate, your soul starts to elevate, your very essence starts to elevate to 4D, 5D, 6D, As it does that, you cannot have all of that extra dead weight on you. You cannot bring those people with you. Okay? This trip is a solo trip, and I'm sorry about that. Every once in a while, if you're lucky, you get to take somebody with you, whoever it may be. But for the most part, it's a solo trip, it's a solo journey, and you're going to have to, accept that and fall in line with that. For those of you who have not experienced, okay, that divine cutoff, all right? For those of you that have not experienced this yet, you're going to, okay? You will. All of those friends, those family members, those lovers, those children, those husbands, those wives, those co-workers, okay? They are getting ready to start being swiped out of your life like the great rapture, okay? They're just going to be disappearing. Poof, 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 poof. And then when you look around, before you know it, it's nobody but you and God. It's nobody but you in the divine. It's nobody but you and your ancestors. It's nobody but you in the universe. It's nobody but you and your spirit, in your soul, in your third eye, in your consciousness. When you look around, that is all that is going to be there. Okay? That is what the process is supposed to do. And so when this starts to happen to you, nothing is wrong. You're not doing anything wrong. You're not being punished. You are being elevated and you are being blessed. If you want to look at it in terms of, rewards and punishments, blessings, or, you are being blessed and elevated spiritually when this starts to happen. If you are chosen, okay, it's not you. It's supposed to happen. You have to be cleansed first, okay? You have to be physically, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally cleansed before you can start to elevate, okay, and vibrate high and be on a higher frequency. You have to be cleansed. So the universe is going to take you through a very intense cleansing, okay? A very intense cardio session at the gym, okay? You're going to go through a very intense cleansing of the people who are not supposed to be on your journey with you, okay? And I'm here to tell you that it's okay. Don't hold on. Whatever you do, don't hold on to these relationships, okay? Don't hold on to them. You'll know if it's going to feel right. It's going to feel right. You're going to feel lighter. You're going to feel lighter. You're going to feel more airy and more floaty. You're going to know that it's right. It's not you. You're not being punished. Because what ends up happening is when the chosen, are newly awakened or newly enlightened to the fact that they are chosen, nobody's educating them. Nobody's sending the messages to them. They're not right. They're not around the right people to give them the spiritual food that they need to let them know, baby, you are okay. You're fine. You just have to go through this. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the right ingredients for their recipe. You know what I'm saying? And so what they end up doing is thinking that it's them, thinking that they're doing something wrong, and they turn around and run the other way. What they're running back to, who knows? But they turn around and they run the other way. Okay? They run the other way. And I know this because I was once that person. Before I really knew that I was chosen. I'm talking about feet buried in the sand, firm, knew that I was chosen. Just as sure as my skin is brown. Before I knew that, I was chosen, right? And I was here to deliver spiritual messages, and to carry out my spiritual purpose, to help, to aid others, right? Before I knew that, oh my gosh, you should have seen me. The universe was just pulling me and trying to show me and just showing me and just throwing it in my face, just throwing it. And I was dodging it. I was like dodgeball. Oh, there go another sign. Oh, there go another sign. Oh my gosh, that's another sign that I'm chosen. Oh my good. Oh my gosh, there's another. Woo. You see what I'm saying? Like I was dodging all of the messages that I was chosen because it was unfamiliar. It was scary. I felt like I was going crazy because I'm like, wait a minute, where's everybody going? Where are my friends? Like, what? My family don't talk to me no more. They all then talked about me, drugged me through the mud, tried to humiliate me, tried to use me, abuse me, gaslight me, Like, really? Why is this happening to me? You know what I'm saying? And then I started to actually self-destruct, you know? Letting myself fall into depression, letting myself fall into that anxiety pit, which is a pit from hell, you know? Falling into other people's opinions about me and who I am. Doubting my knowledge and my own wisdom. Taking myself for granted. You know, I started to do that because I didn't understand where I was going. I didn't understand what was happening to me. It was like I was constantly being put through the fire, you know, and being burnt alive. You know what I'm saying? And then constantly reaching out for somebody to help me, and it kept not being nobody there. You know what I'm saying? It kept not being nobody there but God. Nobody there but my ancestors. Nobody there but the universe. Nobody there but the divine. You see what I'm saying? And so until I had got cleansed so much by the fire, and when I say the fire, I'm talking about that very, very intense cleansing process that the universe is going to put you through to elevate you. While I was being elevated, I was being tested, you know. I was being tested by everybody around me, down to the damn dog, like I said. And I just, you know, it took for me to, you know, because I would keep on reaching out to the same people that hurt me. Because I'm like, wait a minute, but this is my blood. Wait a minute, but this is the person that used to, you know, it was one of those things. I didn't want to accept that person's mission in my life and purpose in my life was over. It was over. I didn't want to accept that. I didn't know how to. And I didn't have anybody else around me, you know, that was on a spiritual path that could kind of guide me or just at least give me some kind of confidence to say, no, you're okay. You see what I'm saying? And so I have to do this. This is part of my purpose. If I don't do this, if I don't talk about this like I'm talking about it to you guys, putting it out here like I'm putting it out, if I don't do this, tis tis, I'm scared what the universe will do to me. The chosen, it's certain things, honey, we just can't do. We're not allowed to cheat people. We're not allowed to use people. We're not allowed to abuse people mentally, emotionally, physically. We're not allowed to do that. And if we're still in our lower selves or operating from a lower frequency or operating from our lower chakra system, our root chakra specifically, if we're chosen but we're still operating there and we do those things, it's like you're definitely going to reap that. Oh, you gonna reap the fruits of your rewards, but your fruit will be rotten. And that I promise you. That I promise you, okay? And so that's even more of a reason why you have to start strengthening your light that's inside of you. It's right here. You have to start strengthening that light, strengthening your courage in everything, because you cannot allow the opposition to bring you down. Because guess what? The opposition is doing what they're supposed to do. They're following their purpose. Their purpose is to destroy you and throw you off and distract you, right? But you're going to be the one that gets punished. You're going to be the one that has unbalanced karma. You're going to be the one that ends up coming back the next life cycle to do this shit over, because you know what I'm saying? You allowed yourself to be brought down. When you were here, you allowed the opposition to bring you here. Okay? And so Yes, yes, yes. That is, yeah, this is a big deal. This is a big deal. And I'm going through it so heavy. I'm going through it so heavy. And for me, what I do now, once you know, knowledge is power. I don't know if you ever heard that saying, but it's very true. Once you know something, you have won half of the battle. It's not knowing. You know what I'm saying? That get us all screwed up and have us running this way when our calling, our purpose and destiny is this way. You know what I'm saying? And so you don't want to find yourself running from, you know what I'm saying, running from your divinity. You don't want to do that. All right? And so I've just been, constantly trying to keep myself on an even, you know what I'm saying? Just, try to keep everything light. Try to keep everything, you know what? Positive is not a bad word, but why do I hate the word positive? I hate that word. And I think it's because it's so much toxic positivity that floats around, especially now, right? There's a lot of toxic positivity floating around, right? That'll get you confused as well, you know? So I don't like to say positive. I just like to say keeping myself in a just a higher vibrational thought process. And another key ingredient. I did a video about this not too long ago. You have to work on not operating from your ego. Okay? You're going to have to, you can't kill the ego. You're not going to be able to kill it. I think the only people who can kill egos are the Buddhist monks. They can kill egos. They can kill their ego. And I believe those are the only, of human flesh that can do that. That actually came through a portal, the portal of a woman, which is the vagina, right? The womb. That is a portal. That is a spiritual portal. The Buddhist monks, if they came through a womb of a woman, I believe that they are the only humans that can do that can actually kill the ego, right? But if you're not a Buddhist monk, a real Buddhist monk, or a Buddhist monk, period, you can't kill your ego. So here's what I want you to do. Just start trying to be aware of situations and circumstances where you find yourself responding from your ego, or acting out from your ego, or just operating from your ego, period. Whenever you can catch it, if you catch it, try to write it down. If you can, write it down so that you can go back and look, and you'll start to see a pattern of the same type areas that you keep operating from your ego in. It might be, for example, maybe you find yourself operating from your ego more when you're interacting with, I don't know, your managers, upper management, like, your superiors. I hate to use that word, but for lack of better words, your superiors, your supervisors, your administrators, your managers. If you find yourself operating from the ego more so when you interact with individuals that's in a higher position than you, right? At work or at school or wherever. If you notice that pattern, then that's one of the areas that you're going to have to hone in on and try to move your ego out the way when you interact with those people. But you got to be conscious of it. That's why I said knowledge is power. Once you realize that you're operating from the ego, because a lot of times we don't know, we don't realize it, right? And so once you realize it, start writing it down, right? And me, myself, I'm just now really actually doing that, right? Noticing, you know, what areas I tend to fall, tend to be, a little weaker in when it comes to, responding from my ego or whatever. I've been taking notice to it more. And once I, that's why I always try to be aware. And once I realize it, I'll, switch my mindset. I'll turn my mindset. So like, let's just say the ego's up here, and your high vibrational state is here. I'll twist it. So now I'm right here with the high vibrational thing. So now I'm here with them. I'm here with it, right? And my ego is down here. Okay. That's going to be a key. That's a key player. That is a key player in being able to deal with this and cope with this. And you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to kill the ego. That'll also help you with a lot of healing. It'll help heal. You know what I'm saying? It'll help heal you. There's certain healing effects that kind of, lowering your ego, what it does, it heals you. And I've been feeling it for myself. And I've been seeing, and I love the way it feels so much till now I do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to do it consistently. Wait a minute. Am I about to respond from my ego? I think about it first. You know what I'm saying? When I can. Sometimes you can't. But I've been doing it a little more often, and I love the way it makes me feel. Not operating from my ego. I love it. I love it. But the downside of it, here's this. The downside of it is when you're not operating from your ego for the most part, your demeanor is very calm, very non-argumentative, very understanding, very laid back, very collected, cool, calm, collected. You know what I'm saying? Just very light and floaty and airy, right? Very pure. Okay? Those are the feelings you're supposed to feel if you are exercising that, for lack of better words, the ego killing. Okay? I don't know what else to call it. It's just, those are the feelings that you should start to feel. Okay? You'll know it. And it really heals you. But so being that it emits all of those different energies, you know what I'm saying? You just I'm talking about floating like a butterfly. Okay? Floating like a butterfly. Just dainty and light and airy and just, laid back. But the opposition, they end up mistaking your kindness and your meekness for a weakness, and then they try to run over you. See, that's everything in life, everything that you do has an action and a reaction, a consequence to it, a give and a take, a up and a down. You know what I'm saying? As above, is it as above, as below, or as above, so below? So, however, there is a yin and a yang to everything in life. Everything, okay? And so they're going to start, picking up, this person's so nice. She is so nice. Oh my goodness. She's so calm and quiet and so meek and so modest and so mild. She don't never really argue. She just kind of go with the flow, right? You may get those who have some decency about them, who may be vibrating a little higher, who may be on a higher frequency, and they may recognize those qualities in you and love it, right? and be on that same accord with you. But you're going to have some that are not on that accord with you. They see it, they recognize it, but they see it as a weakness. And they will use it, and they will use it against you in any way they can. Try to run over you, misuse you, abuse you, mistreat you, beat you. Okay, tricks, not treats. All of that stuff. All of that stuff. So that's one of the, for lack of better words, downsides of not operating from your ego. Okay? But as a chosen, you must attain this skill. Not operating from your ego is a skill. That is a skill. That is a talent. That is a gift in itself. Okay? That all chosen must possess. There's no if, there's no ands, there's no buts about it. Nobody, I'm so set on that, and I so strongly believe in that. There's nothing nobody can tell me. Nobody can tell me that every chosen person in this universe who is chosen, truly chosen, doesn't have to master the skill of being egoless, or or being, you must have that quality. Okay, you must have that quality. And so if you don't have it, start working on getting it. If you got it, keep getting it. Okay, it never stops. It's constant work. It's constant work. Okay, it's constant work. Like somebody goes and they get a gastric bypass, right? You can't just get the gastric bypass and say, okay, now I'm just I didn't I'm losing weight, I'm looking good, I'm a size 8 now, I'm not no size 36 no more. Now I can eat whatever I want. No, you still have work to do. You still got to watch what you eat. You still got to count your carbs. You still have to eat very small portions. You still have to eat 6 small meals a day. 1 second, I'll be back. Okay, sorry about that. That was my little one. He was having a coughing episode. He gets that sometimes, so I had to, play nurse. What was I saying? I kind of lost track now, but basically, so the ego thing, being a chosen, being a true chosen, yeah, you definitely have to work on the ego every day. It's constant work, it's constant work, but it is a must. Okay, it is a must. And it helps you elevate exponentially too. Exponentially. You're going to, it's almost like when you start to feel all of those warm, fuzzy feelings that I described, that you start to get once you, start setting your ego aside in certain situations, and you see how you feel when you do that. Like all of that, I explained how healing it was already. It's already healing, right? And so healing alone is an elevation tool, right? Because once you heal, you grow. Each time you heal from something, you grow. You heal, you grow. You heal, you grow. You heal, you grow. Okay? And everybody is constantly healing and constantly growing. And if you're not on the 3D no more. You under the 3D, okay? You have transitioned, right? You've transitioned. And so, as long as you are living and breathing in the 3D, you should be growing. You should be doing constant healing work to heal your traumas and heal your wounds, because a lot of those wounds and traumas take years. Some people have experienced 10, 15, 20 years of physical, mental, emotional abuse. And so do you think you can heal from those things in a year or two? No, it's going to take you the same amount of time that you were experiencing that trauma. It's going to take you the same amount of years to heal from it. Okay? And so healing alone is what? Healing is what facilitates elevation, spiritual elevation, frequency elevation, vibrational elevation, right? Because it helps you to grow in areas that were stunted because of the trauma, right? And so let's just say, boom, you break up with your husband or wife or whatever, right? And, you know, it hurts. It hurt like hell. You know what I'm saying? You grieve, and this is a person that you love. You thought they loved you. Come to find out, you know what I'm saying? They've been doing the who shot John with everybody and their mother, you know, and you find out, and it absolutely destroys you, right? And you've been with this person 10, 15 years. You've been married to this person for 10 or 15 years. You have 3 children by this person. Right? This person watched you bring your children into the universe. Right? So, let's just say, all right, they did what they did, you know, it kills you. It absolutely kills you. Your heart is ripped out of your chest. Right? That's 15 years of hard work. Blood, sweat, tears, compromise, sacrifice, forgiving, forgetting, living and letting, letting and learning, right? Turning a blind eye, you know, turning the other cheek, saying that you was wrong when you really wasn't wrong, just to keep the peace. You know, compromising on things that really didn't need to be compromised on. Apologizing for things that they did to you. And so that wound is deep. That trauma is deep. It's going to take a while to heal. It's going to take years, right? And if you have the right people around you, right? The right support, the right light, the right healing, you know, the right energies, you can maybe cut that time down by a quarter. But that is it. That's it. Okay? A quarter. And that's if you have the right, you know, all the right stuff, you know, to help you heal and doing it every day and all of those different things. But a raw breakup or a raw divorce after you just caught somebody, you know what I'm saying, doing that and you know, lying to you and telling you they was here when they was there with that person and all of that type stuff right there, that shit kills you. And so boom, let's just say you don't have the support system, you know, the good energy, you know, the light, the encouragement, you know, you don't have anybody chosen around you or near you, okay? Not even in your vicinity, for that matter. Let's just say you don't even have that. The same amount of time you was with that person is going to take, at the very least, that same amount of time for you to heal. But once you do, because that's a big void to fill. That's a big black hole to fill. But once you adequately heal, that hole is now filled. with everything that you needed to replenish yourself, right? And so you're whole again now. You've bumped yourself up 15 notches in frequency. You've bumped yourself up 15 notches. Those years that it took you to heal, you get that same amount of, good grades. That's bumping you up. Okay, that's 15 A's. Okay, that's 10 A's. That's 25 A's, right? And so you get bumped up a notch in vibration and frequency and spirit. You know what I'm saying? And understanding and knowledge, right? And so that's why healing itself elevates you. Okay? All right? And so working with that, yeah. Start taking that ego and putting it over here. You're going to do some healing and some elevating, some good elevating. And you're going to feel it. You're going to know when you've been elevated a notch in the spirit. You're going to know when you've gone from 4 dimension to 5 dimension. Mind you, we being in 3D, we can't see, the majority of us cannot see anything past the 3D. Dimension wise, we can't see the 4th dimension. We can't see the 5th dimension. We can't see the 6th dimension. The majority of us. I'm not saying there's nobody out there that can't. Maybe they can't. Anything is possible, right? I'm sure a Buddhist monk can. I'm serious. Those Buddhist monks are something serious. Buddhist monks are ascending masters. They're ascendant masters. Okay? Yeah, those Buddhist monks, they can. Buddhist monks can see the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension. If they haven't been there already. You know what I'm saying? Like, actually been there. And just came back through the womb. Came back to the 3D through the womb. And came back on this universe. And came back to this dimension. From the 6th dimension. Right? Okay, so, you may not be able to see when your actual soul has now been granted access to higher dimensions. You may not be able to see it, but you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it. Trust me. Trust me. And if you want to fast track, well, really, there's no fast track. There's no fast track. You got to go through the steps. But if you want a little bang for your buck, to help add, put some salt and pepper on your elevation, on your spiritual elevation, on your high vibration elevation and all of that stuff. If you really want to kickstart that, you start killing that ego, or attempting to, right? How about we'll say that, attempting to kill the ego, because you never really kill it, right? We never really kill it, but we can attempt to. In each attempt, okay, we're doing it at that very moment, at that very time. It doesn't mean you're going to continue to do it, right? But you made an attempt, and whether it worked or not, maybe it didn't, right? But you exercise the art of trying. You know what I'm saying? And putting that energy into something that's beneficial to your soul and beneficial to your spirit. Okay? And so, yes, you know what I'm going to do? Because I think I've covered all the points that I was supposed to say and get out. I kept pausing because I was constantly getting downloads, like, you know what I'm saying, what to say, and it takes me a while, some time to word it and put it out so that you guys understand. And so I have to make little analogies and metaphors so that you'll understand. Because some people don't know all of that 4D vibration, talk, or whatever. Although if you're chosen at by this point, you should know, right? Or you do know. But if you don't know, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not making fun of you for not knowing us. I'm just saying, for the most part, if you're chosen, you know, those are words or verbiage or vernacular that you would understand when it comes to anything spiritual. But yeah, so sometimes it takes me a while to put it together because I have to put it out in a way that it is received correctly, because I cannot be, and I was telling somebody this, I take this so, I'm very, very passionate about this, and I take it so serious. You know what I'm saying? My purpose, my spiritual purpose, my spiritual mission, my everything, just I love it. I'm in love with, you know what I'm saying, just the frequency, the vibration, the universe. Like, I'm in love with that whole thing. It's my existence. It makes me feel alive. It gives me hope. It gives me faith. It gives me thanks. It makes me grateful. It makes me humble. Like, it does everything for me. It feeds my soul a complete spiritual meal that I need, right? And so I take this serious. So me, myself, and of course, this is subjective. I'm telling you this. You may or may not believe me. You know, you have a right to. You say, now she knows she lying. You know she lying. She don't know what she talking about. Right? You always have those. The world wouldn't be what it is without them. Right? Can't live with them. Can't live without them. You got to make your haters your motivators. You know? I'm just joking. But seriously, I don't play when it comes to this. So when I'm telling somebody something, or I'm relaying a message to somebody, whether it be on a platform, whether it's on my YouTube platform, or if it's in person, you better know, okay? You better know that it ain't nothing but the truth. That is something that that's something that you don't play with. I don't play with that. You know what I'm saying? When I tell somebody something, that's because I've been pushed, or I've been pulled, or I've been nudged, or I've been forced, okay, by the universe or the divine to deliver that specific message to that specific person, or a specific message to specific people. Okay, and that's what this video would be. This is for specific people, and this is what I was highly, highly, highly urged to come on here and do. I wanted to get in the bed, to be honest, but because I love it so much, I just overrode the tiredness, the exhaustion, because when the universe is nudging me to fulfill anything to do with my purpose, you know what I'm saying, sending messages, or help educate people about things, in the spiritual realm or whatever, like, I'm so in love with it. Like, I'm so in love with it, so I'll drop anything to do, you know what I'm saying, anything that can be dropped, I will drop it. And I will come and relay those messages. So yeah, but that's that. So I've gotten that out. Thank you, universe. I'm very grateful and thankful. Thank you for giving me this message to put out and allowing me to get it out. So this is what I'm going to do, because it's already been an hour. So this is what I'm going to do. This is just a video. I'm going to go ahead and close this out. And I was thinking about doing a reading, really. I was going to just pull a couple cards real quick, just to kind of see what the energy is behind everything. Just kind of pull things together, see what's in the ethers, okay? There's always thought forms around us. The thoughts that you think, they leave your head. When you think them, they leave your head, and they're out in the ethers. And the ethers are everywhere around you. Thoughts are energy. Thoughts are tangible balls of energy, or tangible, whatever you want to call it. But they leave your brain, and they're out there forms. They're thought forms. Okay? And so sometimes when you're reading energy, well, really all the time, you're picking up on the thought forms. Thought forms are your ancestors, right? And their thought forms are messages to you. You know, thought forms that the universe puts out, right? And if you can tap into that, you tap into that, right? With cards and runes, different things like that. That's what it is. You're tapping into the ethers, right? But there are different aspects of the ethers, right? You have human beings, our thoughts. You have animals and their thoughts, bugs and their thoughts, the universe and the universe's thoughts, extraterrestrial beings and their thoughts. You know, so it's just all of that, all of that mixed together. And so that's why I was going to go ahead and pull a couple of cards. And so I will close this out, and then I'll do another you know, like just reading, you know, but it won't be like how I do my normal readings. It'll just be, you know, a quick, let's see what the universe is talking about. It's gonna be one of those. And so thank you guys for coming back to my channel. Thank you for listening to me. I really, really, really hope that you receive something from this message, because it was urgent that I say exactly that, right? And so I hope whoever needed to get it, I hope you got it. And if you haven't gotten it, if it's meant for you to get it, you will get it. And I will see you guys in a minute.